How y'all doing today? My name's Zain, and today's topic of discussion is going to be, there's three parts to an apology. There's three parts to an apology. Let's break it down. The first part to an apology is being sincere with your apology. That means accepting the fact that you did something wrong and really trying to rectify whatever it is that you did wrong by apologizing for it. That's the first part, and being sincere in that. And it's not conditional on how the other person feels about it. It's you addressing the issue at hand. That's the first part of an apology. The second part is trying not to do whatever it was that you did in the first place, doing it again. That's the second part to an apology. The third part to the apology is, I alluded a little bit to this in the first part, when I'm talking about the first part of the apology. The third portion of the apology is, it's not conditional on whether the other person accepts your apology or not. There's three parts to that apology. You being sincere, acknowledging that you did something wrong. Second part, trying not to do it again. Third part, it's not conditional whether the person accepts it or not. Now, let's talk about these a little bit more in depth. That first portion, being sincere, wrapping your head around what you had done, I've talked about this in other videos. The reason why that's important is because that helps you on each and every portion of that apology. There's been, and I've shared these examples on other videos. There's been times where in my youth where I've apologized and I've acknowledged the first portion, part of the first portion of that apology. I was wrong. I'm going to go ahead and make this right. So I'm apologize. Then I've had that apology spit back in my face. What that caused me to do is skip over step 2, go to 3, and wrestle it down verbally. Oh, you're not going to accept my apology? And now we got altercation again. So now what I just did was, I've just doubled back on everything that I just said in the 3-part of apology. Not only did I go to step 2 and I had altercation again, so I'm doing the same thing that I essentially had apologized for. Now I've undone step 1 because the sincerity's gone all out the window, because now I'm in altercation again. And then the third part, which I didn't know at that time, that this is the part of the apology that means the most, is that person doesn't have to forgive you for what they had done, what you had done. It's 3 parts to the apology. The reason why I'm addressing this is because I've heard all too often, whether it was family, friends, where a person has apologized and they're mad because the relationship ain't back on track like how it was. Yeah, I know all of that about, you should live and let live and, forgive and forget. But yeah, those are things that you take to yourself. And that, everybody should take to themselves. But everybody's not on a level playing field. Some people haven't made it to that point in their life. And then not to even mention depending on what you have done, it may never be a level playing field. Maybe what you had done in their eyes was just, unforgivable. And it's just like, hey, look, keep it moving. I'm doing all I can not to even have another altercation with you. Yeah. They may even tell you, yeah, I forgive you, but keep it moving. You can't get mad all over again. This is a part of that part 1, being humble and acknowledging that you had done something wrong. I know in my life for sure, and I've discussed it on this channel before. I remember one particular time of addressing the issue and did it in the wrong manner. Person was offended. I was trying to make it right. Relationship was severed. They were like, look, I don't even know how to respond to that because I'm not used to that. Relationship gone. I'm thinking about another time. Same thing. Altercation. Wrong on both parts. I'm trying to make it right. Apologize. Person flat out acted like they lost their mind when I apologized to them. Altercation all over again, acting like I lost my mind. Relationship severed. I'm also thinking about another one. This one didn't involve me. This is something where one person had done something to another person, and it was just, so outlandish on the way that they just had really went off on this person, to the point where when they apologized, the person didn't really fool with them any longer. And then the person I'm talking about, they were aggravated that the person wasn't coming around anymore. Now, I'm going to pause on this situation here. This particular incident with this individual, it's a habit of them doing this. This is the reason why I came up with the 3 parts to the apology, is because they consistently get out of pocket on a person. And they think just because I came back and I apologized for it, everything should be right. But no, it shouldn't. Because the thing is, you are a habitual offender. You're going to do it again. So if I place myself in that circle, it's only as going as good as you see fit before we're into it again, and you're going to do the same thing, and then you're going to apologize. That is the second part of that apology. You shouldn't be trying to repeat whatever it is that you had to apologize for. All 3 of them work in unison for an apology to be successful. We'll do worst case scenario. You did something, you apologized for it, you were sincere, we can say up to this point, you didn't get a chance to repeat it again. Person didn't forgive you. Okay. Relationship lost, you move on. It doesn't mean, I'm just going to try not to do this again with this person. Hopefully you've taken that as experience and say, you know what? That was a bad experience. I lost out on that relationship. I don't want to repeat step 2 to anybody. So let me move on and let me try to do better. This is a part of you taking things to you and trying to be better than your last day. 3 parts to an apology. Know what you did. Acknowledge what you did. All step 1. Step 2, try not to do it again. Step 3, it's not conditional upon the other person accepting your apology. 3 parts. That's my take on it. In the meantime, if you hadn't already, hit that subscribe button. Follow me on my other social media, Facebook, Tumblr, Twitter, Instagram, YouTube. I'm on the whole 9. Check out a book I've written, Kilimanjaro's The Arithmetic of Family Communication. I'll leave a link in the description box. In the meantime, stay encouraged, avoid being discouraged. My name's Ayin. You have a good one.